What is going on, you guys? My name is Alex, and I'm a 21-year-old trader attempting to master the stock market to potentially one day join the very few who make a living out of this. So what you're looking at right now are my four current positions. As of today, we have Walmart here, Netflix, DraftKings, and Coin. Netflix is actually the one that we barely took today, so it's going to be an interesting one for you guys. A brand new trade, actually the very first trade that we took this week here. So because all of these trades are pretty much from last week's trade, I'm just holding them and letting them play out. Coin being the biggest loser, 364. DraftKings being the biggest winner, 342. Netflix, we just entered this one a couple of hours ago, so we're already down 63. And Walmart, we're actually up a little bit, just 89. Yesterday we were up like 200 actually, but it just went against us today, and that's unfortunate. But actually, as you can see over here, we actually had to close a couple of shares of this. We had to sell a couple of shares of Walmart here simply because, well, I decided to take this Netflix trade and we got a margin cost. So if you look here at our trades for today, as you can see today, we have two trades. We have a sold Netflix 20 shares, and if you're not familiar with what shorting is, it's essentially making money when prices go down. So as opposed to buying, I'm gonna be selling these shares here. So I'm looking for the price to come down, and I'll make money. That's called going short or shorting a stock. So yes, you could make money when prices come down, and because of that, I mean, if you do the math here, maybe multiply 192 to 20, like 20 times 12,000 or 1,200, that'll be like over 20,000. The thing is, if you add all this up, it accumulates to like $60,000, $70,000, and I don't have $70,000, meaning that I'm using leverage or margin here, and unfortunately, I don't have enough money to cover my overnight buying power or whatever the case may be. But it says here, if you click this little blue button, it'll say the majority of all liquidations occur due to margin violations. Liquidations are accomplished with market orders and whatever the case may be. It was a margin call, and they ended up forced liquidating this position, pretty much forcibly selling 21 shares of Walmart. So I'm going to explain why I think that's perfectly fine, simply because Walmart was probably the worst performer of today, and why I actually liked trading. I was even willing to trade the whole position of Walmart for Netflix simply because Netflix was that good. So let's get into the tacticals and break everything down for you guys right now. So firstly, we're going to take a look at Netflix here and why I think it was a beautiful trade to take here. So every candle that you see on the screen here represents 1 day worth of time. So everything is 1 day. So this black candle right here was 1 day worth of time. And let's go back to the 4-hour time frame here, though, simply because I take my trades on the 4-hour time frame here. Zooming out a little bit, we see we have one touch point here, two touch points, and then a third one right here. And three touch points is the bare minimum trend breakouts I could trade. So if you haven't noticed it, I am a trend trader. I am a trend breakout trader, I should say. So I identify the trend first, and then I just wait for a strong candle to break over or below the trend here. So in this case, it broke below, and again, I'm looking for the price to come down. That is why you see negative 20 shares as opposed to just a regular 20. So I'm looking for the price to come down, and I'll make money. That's the whole idea of this. And yes, if you want to learn more about this trade, go ahead and check the other videos. I explain things, and even from a psychological perspective, what this whole trend pretty much does in terms of the mentality, people trading these types of moves here. So yes, I entered here short, looking for the price to come down. Stop loss is right above this, either this current candle. I'm pretty much risking right around let's see, $23, 20 something like that. Wait, actually, how much am I risking? Yeah, like $25. So right around $500 I'm going to be risking on this trade here. I could use this, I could also use this red counter trend line here as a trailing stop method or as a trailing profit method. Let's say, for example, on Tuesday, because the market isn't open on Monday next week, the price does come down, and just over time, some days pass, and then it tries to move up against this trend line. Well, as soon as it crosses it over, I'm just going to take my loss or my small little profit right here. But let's say, for example, on Tuesday, it actually goes right against this one. In that case, that the price does jump over this red trend line, I'm just going to call it good and take my loss there. So it just depends. Let's see how this plays out. But that's the Netflix trade for you guys. I really like it a lot. The moving averages speak for themselves a lot too, but I don't want to involve moving averages in this just to keep things simple for you guys. But I do look at the moving averages, other indicators that I consider as well too. So here is it. Here is again on the daily time frame. Nice little breakout, nice little black candle crossing over this trend line here, creating some fear hopefully, and people just sell off for here. Hopefully we hit some stop losses, and on Tuesday we just get a continuation of the downside. So let's take a look at Walmart here, the forced liquidated position that we ended up, or they ended up selling for us. Or actually not selling, buying, since this was another position that we were looking for the price to come down. And actually was coming down for a good amount of time. As you can see here, we actually successfully broke this trend line here, a strong trend line, pretty decent trend line. We actually gapped down and we broke it. moved down nicely. We were up like $200, $300. I don't really remember, but today wasn't the best candle. As you can see here, we kind of crossed over our, so we could have used this one, this other counter trend line, but I decided to just use this other shorter one, simply because this one over here would have been a little too high over there, to be honest with you guys. So I ended up using this one, but this is the thing right here. So this candle, this small little candle that you see right before this white aggressive candle, is actually the first 4-hour candle of the day. So this is actually the one that I look to trade here. So this second one over here is actually just the last 3 hours of the day, or 2 hours of the day. So I don't trade this candle. That's the thing. And yeah, so it was a good thing that I actually did, or that they actually sold some positions for me, just simply because I highly doubt that on Tuesday this stock is going to come below it again. I highly doubt it. It's likely just going to continue moving up, and by then I'm going to have to close my position pretty much at break even, simply because I don't think it has enough strength to actually go above my position. But it'll be a break even trade at worst, I think. Obviously it could just go against me aggressively, but I don't think it will. For this, we'll just have to see what the market has to offer us. But yeah, I was trailing with this nice little trailing trend line here, and yeah, it just jumped over on the last 3 hours of the day. It was a pretty aggressive move actually on the last couple of minutes on the day here. Let's go. Yeah, as you can see, a lot of buying pressure just on the 5-minute time frame. So every candle represents 5 minutes worth of time. Towards the end of the day, as you can see, we got a lot of buying pressure here. So that wasn't even in during the first 4 hours of the day. And I don't trade the last couple of hours of the day simply because it's too volatile, and I'm not going to be watching the screens for the whole day here, for the whole trading hours day. I just like to watch the charts here for 1 hour at a time, which is at from 10 to 11. Ideally, the candle does close at the first 4 hour candle closes at 10:30. So I'm pretty much watching the markets from 10 to 11. So taking a look at coin now here, we're going to jump over here to coin. Yesterday's video I did talk about the idea of using this one as a stop loss, as a trailing method, but I thought it was too little data to work with here. I'd rather use this bigger trend line over here as a real stop loss here. So it hasn't really crossed over this one. I was ready to take my loss, but it just didn't. So there's still room to go here. Hopefully next week the price does move up a little bit and we actually go into the green here, but to be honest, it's not looking too good right now. So I'm just watching this one like a hawk and hoping that it goes in our favor here. So next one is going to be DraftKings here. DraftKings is a interesting one today because I was actually pretty damn close to closing. As you can see here on this black candle here, it pretty much touched the trend line, a steep trend line. It's not the best trend line here that I'm using as a stop loss here, just simply because it's too steep. So it's not the best, but fortunately enough, the last 2-3 hours of the day, we did get a nice little white candle here, putting us nicely in the green right here. So in terms of this one, in terms of the target, what I'm aiming for here is going to be the previous swing. So let's go back to the daily time frame. It'll just be a little nicer and cleaner. Yes, so what I'm aiming for is pretty much all the way over here. So a pretty far target, not gonna lie, unless of course we do get stopped out using this, unless the price does jump over it, then in that case I'm gonna take my small little profit, or a decent profit at this point. But I'm gonna be aiming for something over here ridiculous, simply because, well, you gotta position yourself so when the time comes that the coin does flip in your favor, you'll just be ready to absorb a lot of money. Pretty much you'll be ready to collect a lot of money in that case. So position yourself to win big, while at the same time maintaining a good position to not lose or give, or even not lose money, but even give money back that you've already made. So in this case, I'm already in the green right now, and by using this red line here, I'm securing that I don't lose the money that I've already made, or at least not all of it, because again, we are up already 342 on this trade here. So that's pretty much it. I've gone a while of trades already, and again, I only took 2 trades today, which one of them wasn't even my trade. They had forced liquidated this position here. So actually, not even today. These are the only 2 trades that I've taken in the past 5 days, as you can see here. Because if we go over to the 6 days, oh, that's the weekend, 7 days. Yeah, never mind. But last week, we actually only took those 3 trades here: the coin, DraftKings, and Walmart here. And today we only took 1 trade here. So that's going to be a wrap for today, guys. We ended up shorting Netflix here, 20 shares. Average price is 102.03. So hopefully the price does come down. Again, the chart looks beautiful to me. But let me know what you think. Let me know if maybe you're buying this stock right here, whatever the case may be. But hopefully you guys learned something. If not, just leave a comment. Make sure maybe I'll explain something better for you guys, or maybe I'll show you guys a better lesson. Whatever the case may be, that's going to be it, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Stay focused, you guys. I'll see you guys in the next one.